So let's see then what does the growth hormone does. It stimulates growth of the bones and the tissue. So it's for skeleton growth, etc. Prolactin, to activate the production of milk in the lactating mothers. TSH, stimulate the thyroid to secrete thyroxine. So somewhere we were going to learn that the thyroid and the pituitary gland have a negative feedback response with one another. Then FHS, follicle stimulated hormone in females. This hormone controls the production of eggs in the Gravian follicle of the ovarian. Then it's the LH, the lutein hormone, and it releases of the ovum during ovulation. So what hormone is responsible for ovulation? That is the LH hormone. And then causes the Gravian follicle to become the corpus luteum. That is a function of the LH. So these questions can also be asked, and I think it will be more asked in human reproduction type of question, as they were going to ask this in the endocrine system. It stimulates the Graafian follicle to produce estrogen, and this estrogen we will see later on, and the Graafian follicle also have a negative feedback with the pituitary gland about estrogen and FSH, but we will emphasize that and we will show you the negative feedback type of questions that I can ask you and how to answer this. So just to summarize again, there we have the pituitary gland. It secreted TSH, it secreted prolactin, it secreted growth hormone, and it secreted the FSH and the LH for follicle stimulated hormone and the lutein hormone for releasing eggs during ovulation. If we go on, the next one is the thyroid gland in front of the trachea, and it secreted thyroxine. There is the thyroid gland, and there's the larynx, and that is the thyroid gland. It have a negative feedback with the hypophysis or the pituitary gland in the brain, and it secreted thyroxine. Now the function of thyroxine is usually asked in the papers. It regulates metabolic rate. So sometimes they give a picture of someone running or something and they ask what is the function of the endocrine system. It regulates metabolic rate. It promotes the absorption of glucoses. It converted the glucoses into glycogen into glucoses. So when you need metabolic rate, when your metabolic rate is increased, you need this glycogen to become glucoses for fuel, for burning, and then get ATP. Accelerate heartbeat, essential for the normal function of the nerve system. And this is what I want to emphasize. When you learn the nerve system and the normal nerve system, but we will look at questions, then we will see there's a correlation between the endocrine system and metabolic rate or nerve system. But I will show you some questions that I will emphasize. But the functions of the thyroxine is very important. Regulate metabolic rate. Promotes absorption of glucoses, convert this glycogen to glucoses, accelerate heartbeat, and it is essential for the normal function of the nerve system. Then we move on to the adrenal glands. On each of the two kidneys, there are two triangular adrenal glands situated left and right, and there they are, and they secreted. There's a animated drawing, and you can see there's the kidney and there's the adrenal glands on the kidney. So they secrete the hormones adrenaline and aldosterone. Now this aldosterone is it regulates the amount of salts in the blood. And this one you must also go and learn how does it control the salt balance in your body for homeostasis. The homeostasis of salt is controlled by the adrenal glands, and the adrenal glands secreted aldosterone that is important. So look at how is the homeostasis of salt balance. It works with ADH to bring about water balance, so it plays a role in that. And then we have the adrenaline. It increases the heartbeat. It raises blood pressure. It speeds up the conversion from glycogen to glucose. You can see it's not only thyroxine that does this function. Glycogen to glycosis, it's also adrenaline. So a nice question, a short type of question, an ABC type of question. Which hormones convert glycogen to glucose? And then they ask adrenaline and something, and adrenaline and thyroxine. So remember, adrenaline and thyroxine have the same functions, nearly the same functions. All right. It causes the pupils to dilate, increase the blood supply. All right. And increase skeleton muscle tone, increase rate and depth of breathing, and cause the blood vessels to digestive system and skin to construct. So this is when you have, is afraid of something, and your blood must go to the muscles and not to the digestive system. So if you want to write this maybe down or underline it or emphasize it, they usually ask the functions of adrenaline and the functions of thyroxine. So this is very important. And in the long question, type of questions that they can ask on endocrine systems, they ask what is the function of adrenaline and what is the function of thyroxine. But if we do questions, you will see how they ask it. So the basis you must learn the functions of adrenaline and learn the functions of thyroxine. All right. The islands of Langerhans in the pancreas, also a negative feedback mechanism between the cells. We will show you. There's the pancreas, there's the duodenum, the intestines, and now let's look at the pancreas. The pancreas have beta cells and have alpha cells. The alpha cells secreted the hormone glucagon, and the beta cells secreted the hormone insulin. Now learners get confused with this. So remember, the alpha cell, glucagon, A, gluca, alpha, gluca. And the beta cells is insulin. Alpha A, glucagon, and beta cells, insulin. Now, these two hormones plays an important role in the blood glucose levels and stimulated by a high blood sugar level. So there's the pancreas, and there is the cells. You don't have to learn this sketch, just to show you the beta cells. There's the beta cells and the alpha cells. And insulin reduces the blood glucose. And remember, insulin is beta cells. It reduces the blood glucose. Stimulates the conversion of glucose into glycogen and in the liver and muscles, and it inhibits the reverse reaction. It promotes the absorption of glucose from the blood into the cells. It increases the use of glucose by the liver and muscles. So the main thing is it reduces blood glucose levels. By doing that, it stimulates the conversion of the glucose into glycogen. It promotes the absorption of glucose. It increases the use of glucose by the liver and the muscles. So they reduce your blood glucose level. And we will see the negative feedback mechanism between insulin and glucagon. I will demonstrate it to you. But very important, remember, and I don't know why learners forget that, insulin reduces blood glucose.